Alright guys, we have some breaking news coming out of Ukraine, and this is possibly going to be really, really bad for Joe Biden. At the very least, the fallout from this is enough to probably kill his 2020 election campaign. But then people are suspecting now that he's actually not seriously thinking about running, he's already given up. So, who knows? Right, so before we jump into it, right, what we'll do, we'll talk about the lead. So, Chute has demanded SBI, which is the FBI for the Ukraine, or their equivalent, bring Biden to criminal liability statement. So Chute is the prosecutor, or the ex-prosecutor for Ukraine, who was looking into corruption over in the Ukraine. He was the one that was fired by the government after Joe Biden withheld or threatened to withhold $1 billion or $1 million, whatever it was, of aid until he was fired. Right now, the reason why Biden wanted Chute fired was because Chute was looking into Burisma Holdings, who was reportedly very, very dodgy. Now, what Burisma Holdings was doing was while Joe Biden was dealing with this whole Ukraine government scandal, corruption investigation thing, he basically went through and they got his son on the board of Burisma Holdings. They gave him a very nice job and then job, I use the term very loosely here, but a very nice salary for basically a job that was a phone-in job. And a lot of people, myself included, believe that the reason why Hunter Biden was given this job was because of who his father was, because of his father's influence when it came to this investigation into Ukraine. Even the left have admitted that the optics on this looks really, really bad, right? So that's the idea, is that Joe Biden was looking into Ukraine, was looking into corruption. This company that was supposedly well known for corruption gives his son a job for a very nice $80,000 a month, several $1 million a year, and subsequently, then all of a sudden, when Chute starts looking into Burisma more, starts looking into this company, all of a sudden Joe Biden then pressures the Ukraine government to fire Chute unless they don't want their money, unless they don't want this aid money. Now, the interesting thing was that when Chute was fired, the new prosecutor cleared the investigation into Burisma. Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, everything like that, cleared it all without even investigating it. Right? There was no real investigation done. No investigation has since been done of Burisma Holdings. It seems like they were just untouchable for some reason, you know. Even though they're supposedly one of the most dodgy companies in Ukraine. They very, very dodgy dealings, reportedly. Now, we do have this clip. We're going to show you this again. We've shown this before, but we're going to show this again because it's important, right? So let's play this.
Now, and that is, I'm desperately concerned about the backsliding on the part of Kyiv in terms of corruption. They made, I'll give you one concrete example. I was, not but it just happened to be, that was the assignment I got. I got all the good ones. So I got Ukraine. And I remember going over convincing our team, or others too, convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee.
$1 billion.
And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I'm not going to.
Now, the state prosecutor at that time is Chute. That's the guy that's now calling for claims, or claims he wants Biden to be charged, right? So that's the important thing. Chute is the prosecutor there.
We're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, what, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid at the time. Well, there's still, so they made some genuine, substantial changes institutionally and with people. But
now, interesting that he refers to the new prosecutor as solid, because the new prosecutor went through and cleared supposedly Biden of any wrongdoing with this. Now, that's the setup, right? Now, mind you, this is the same thing that the Democrats are trying to impeach Trump over. The exact same thing. Talk about projection, right? The reason why we're showing you this now, the backstory, is because Chute demands SBI bring Biden to criminal liability. Ukraine ex-prosecutor General Victor Chute has demanded the State Bureau of Investigation, or SBI, open criminal proceedings against former U.S. Vice President Joseph Biden for illegal influence on him as the Prosecutor General of Ukraine. Quote, I ask you to register a criminal offense against me in the unified register of perpetual investigations by a U.S. citizen, Joseph Biden, which happened on the territory of Ukraine and abroad, namely influence with the activities of law enforcement officer, the responsibility for which is provided by Part 2 of the Article of 343 of Ukraine's Criminal Code. Immediately start a pre-trial investigation and give written instructions to the SBI investigators. Second said in a statement to the acting SBI director delivered by Shukin's lawyers. Shukin said he agreed to resign as Prosecutor General of Ukraine due to Biden's pressure. During the last months of 2015 and the first of 2016, Joseph Biden, using his official position, personally paid official visits to Ukraine several times with the aim of holding an objective investigation, criminal proceeding on the facts of unlawful activities of persons associated with the company Burisma Holdings Limited, Cyprus, including the son of the specific high-ranking official. That would be Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden. Shukin said Biden demanded that he be fired in exchange for the unhindered provision of the Ukraine with the U.S. state guarantee in the amount of $1 billion. Shukin said Biden's actions can be considered as pressure according to the scientific and legal conclusion of the international law associated of April 18th, 2017, provided by Doctor of Law, Professor, I'm going to butcher this name, Makarios, I might be mispronouncing, currently Vice President of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, or PAC, or Peace. Fact about Biden's illegal influence against Shukin are confirmed as a result of independent criminal journalistic investigation named Ukrainegate, conducted and published by the French internet publication Les Cres Free. Now, I'm sorry I butchered some of that, but yeah. But now, Les Cres Free have supposedly been caught publishing Russian propaganda, blah, blah, blah. The fact is that at the end of the day, this Biden, we literally have Biden's word here, which is why I wanted to play that clip. We have Biden backing up that exact statement in his own words. Here he is here. Flashback 2008. Joe Biden brags at CFR meeting about withholding aid to Ukraine to force firing of prosecutor. Now, this is a translation of the legal document that was released. Here is the original here, obviously in Ukrainian. Obviously, I don't speak Ukraine. Tim Pool has made a video on this as well. He has said that it does line up. The translation is accurate, so we're going to take his word for it. The complaint is against Joe Biden. So during the period of 2014-2016, the Prosecutor's General Office of Ukraine was conducting a perimeter investigation into a series of serious crimes committed by the former Minister of Ecology of Ukraine, I'm getting that wrong, and by the managers of the company Burisma Holdings Limited. The board of the directors of which included, among others, Hunter Biden's son, Joseph Biden, son of Joseph Biden, then Vice President of the United States. So, moreover, the facts pressured me on the Prosecutor General of Ukraine from Joseph Biden in the circumstances above confirmed by an independent journalist investigation under the name of Ukrainegate, conducted and published by the French online media Les Chris. It's about a man who abused his power as vice president. He wants to submit to the unified registry of the perimeter investigation to the information on the fact that the citizen of the United States of America, Joseph Biden, has committed on the territory of Ukraine and beyond the border of a crime against me, including interference in carrying out the duties of a representation of a judicial structure which falls in the scope of Article 433, Part 2 of the Criminal Code. Immediately open a perimeter investigation and give written orders to the investigations of the National Bureau of Investigation, and be associated second with the criminal investigation as a victim, to be delivered to be a memorando on the rights and duties of the victim and be questioned as a victim. So he's not asking for much, right? He's just simply asking that they recognize him as a victim of this crime and do an investigation into Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden. Now, this is bad news for Biden. This really is bad news. But we've been following Ukrainegate for a while. We've heard about this in the past. We've talked about this even in the past. There's no way this is good for Biden. Especially right now with the Democrats trying to impeach Trump on the exact same thing, which is weird because Trump didn't actually do anything. But here's literally Biden not only doing it, but gloating about doing it. It's funny how they don't seem to care about their own team, isn't it? It's like it's all partisans. But yeah, at the end of the day, there's no way this comes out that Biden doesn't look bad. Or Hunter Biden even. He had no previous experience on this. He had no knowledge of how to run this energy company, this oil company, whatever, gas company, whatever it was. It's like me getting a job working, I don't know, say working at an Arnott's factory, right? Biscuit factory. But my dad's the vice president or vice prime minister of Australia, right? And Arnott's has been in trouble because of dodgy dealings. So they go through and they give me a job for $80,000 a year. $80,000 a month. And all of a sudden my dad no longer starts to investigate Arnott's. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Could you imagine if Trump had done this? Oof. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think this is going to be big? It's weird how the mainstream media is not really talking about this, and weirded by I'm not surprised at all. I'm actually more surprised that the rest of alternative media isn't talking about it. I don't know if Steven Crowder or those sort of guys have talked about it, but yeah. Tim Pool's the only one I've seen talk about it. Oh, and Luke Wadowski from We Are Change, he's talked about it in the past as well as me. The three of us are the only ones that I really focus on that have seen anything. I haven't seen Sargon talk about it too much. V really hasn't talked about it too much. You know, these are, yeah, but anyway. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.